Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13. See, I already got myself all confused here. He's 13, and I I realized I started bigger than I wanted to because I was gonna do this and this and this and this. So I got myself all sidetracked here. Okay, let's try this again. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who's 13, and he has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So we're just doing all kinds of things here. We're improvising because I'm making a bunny and I just got this part really big because I had a plan, and then I was like, oh, he has ears. So we're going to drape his ears down because this is the back of the bunny, but that's beside the point. So, ears go down. I've been on a bunny kick. It's been a long day. It's been a long year. It's been a longer than a year. It's been a long. Owen's sick, and so he's been up since 4, give or take. I don't even remember. And that yeah, to say that we were having a big time conversation at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it seemed like it was almost pretty much nonstop all day long. That's pretty much how he rolled. I was gonna do this all white, but I'm gonna make it a rose, kind of a rose. If you've heard me talk about my roses before, it's one of those things that painting a rose is one of many reasons. One of the reasons I didn't start painting earlier. I paint perfectly imperfect paintings, but I wanted perfect roses. I wanted to do perfect roses. I would see these artists, and they would paint, and it looked amazing, and I could not paint that. And so for a long time, I didn't paint because I wanted perfect roses. I mean, that was like my thing. That was what I wanted. Well, I got over myself. My friend suggested paint with Owen to work on his motor skills, his fine motor skills. And I'm like, I can't paint. She's like, you can do anything. If you set your mind to it. And that's what I tell Owen all the time. So I'm like, oh, well, okay, you're right. I need to practice what I preach. So I started painting, and I can probably tell you that painting has given me more than it probably has given Owen in the grand scheme of things. So I love painting with him, and I'm happy that we paint together. But I truly believe that painting is more for me than it is for him. I wasn't going to do little button roses on this, but here we are. I was going to do my little regular flowers. I'm just going to make flowers everywhere. And that that went down wrong. That's the little cottontail. And I'm probably I'm probably gonna get myself in a bind here, but we're just going to keep going with it, what it is. So anyways, I'm all over the map because I'm exhausted, and I probably will have conversations and then stop and repeat and not finish any of them. Last night my phone cut out very quickly, and well, not very quickly. I think I got almost all of it in there, and then it went out, and I went ahead and posted the video. Well, it's still, my phone is so full, and I don't know what else is going on, but it was very slow. It's still uploading, and it seems like it's been 2 hours now since I've put it on to upload. 3 hours, I don't know. Anyways, it'll get there eventually. So we'll just, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. We're going to make some little roses. We're going to make some big roses. And then we're going to put some other stuff in here. So, Owen is sick, and I think it's mostly allergies. Maybe it's like a cold kind of thing, but he sounds very rough. And so, he wanted to go see his grandma, which he does that on Saturdays, but I was not about to take him to her on today when he clearly was not feeling well. So we stayed home all day, and it just led him to have more and more conversations, and some of it was I'm going to use the word constructive conversations, because it's where he actually was progressing through stuff and talking to me about different things that interest him or he likes, or that type of thing, where he can work through something and it's not difficult for him. And then there's conversations where it's very hard for him. It's more about the fact that he is just he's not really having a conversation with me. He's just repeating the same phrases and words over and over and over and over and over again. So it's more about that type of thing. But today it was kind of a mix. He was very ready to be done with this spring break and very ready to go back to his world of school. So I don't blame him. He would be extremely happy if he could go to school every day, well, through the week, and then have the weekends to do exactly the same thing. He is not a big fan of any type of change, like the cold, and like snow days and things like that. And that sets him on edge. It gets him kind of overstimulated, and just gets him going. It's just really, really rough on him. So when things like that, it's just hard. It's just hard. And I'm tired to begin with right now, because I just finished my I'm trying to decide what color's next to do. I get sidetracked very easily, if you hadn't noticed, if you've watched before. See, I told you I would forget what I was saying. it's just hard for him to process and kind of go through all the motions and everything. So days like today, he wants all of his routine the same. And that just doesn't happen. That's just not how life is. And it's unfortunate because that's how he truly like thrives with everything. And I wish I could plot and plan things easier for him, but it just doesn't work that way. Itty bitty rose, itty bitty rose. So we had a lot of back and forths, and I keep messing up. I keep putting too much, which doesn't surprise us. Too much paint on my paintbrush. But we got through today, and we're not going to go to church tomorrow because he still sounds too snotty to me, and he's not running a fever, but I feel bad when he's coughing and snotty and everything, and to send him around other kids that will be putting their hands on everything that he's touched as well. And like I said, as far as I can tell, he's not contagious, but he's learning how to blow his nose, but generally he holds the tissue like out from his nose, so he doesn't necessarily get that concept. But he has come a long way. A very long way. I didn't really want those two pink that close together, but we'll get something in between there and it'll be okay. It's just paint. It's just paint. I get myself stuck in colors where, I almost messed up. I get them too close to each other, or I don't think through the pattern or something, which again, it all works out. It all works itself out. We're gonna put some greenery in there, and so we got that, and we're gonna do a few up here. But I mean, for not feeling good and his schedule totally disrupted, and for knowing that he's going to be out a whole week, and he really had a good day. I mean, it's emotional for me to have him constantly repeating his words and what he wants and everything. It's just, he doesn't stop. I mean, he literally will ask the same question hundreds of times in a day. And the thing he does is he will say things correctly for 10 times. And then if I stop him at any point and say, no more, or I don't even have to say anything like that, he will literally then go through and say it in the opposite thing. Like, he'll say to me that mommy has green eyes, which I do. Mommy has green eyes. Mommy has green eyes. Mommy has green eyes. And then all of a sudden he will say, mommy has blue eyes. And he knows I don't. He completely knows that I do not have blue eyes, but yet that's what he starts saying. And so you don't know when to, like, if you don't answer him, then he, like, starts having meltdowns over it. If you do answer him, then you get stuck in this repetitiveness. And you think that you can get through something, or you think you know, like, how to answer or something, or not to answer, but the screaming that he does is what gets me. And so I try to get him to learn how to breathe and to think through it, and to not push in those moments, to just kind of, I almost said too much, to sit back and count to 10 and count to 20, count to 30, keep going, and you think that you've got it. You think that you can work through it and be in that moment. But there are times that it is so kind of difficult to figure out how to get to that point, answer his questions or move him forward. So it's learning to do how to answer him myself. Like, what do I do to keep him from all these responses or non-responses, and not have these magical meltdowns that just then take hours to kind of backtrack from, or keep him back to a point where it's not causing him so much stress. And you like I said, you think you know how to handle something until those moments where it's literally more than you even imagined would be happening. So I, like, you think you know, and until you have the moment where you're just worn down. You're worn down from trying to figure out how to get through the moments, or keep him calm enough to get through the moments. And that's what you just have to kind of look at. And I'm human, and I have to be okay with not getting all the answers right, and not getting everything, it just has to, again, that's why I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the ears. But bedtime came quick. He was out like a light. I could put some tiny little roses in there. Let's see. Just kind of put a few little I think I have to put something in him. We shall see how, if I can do some tiny little, probably shouldn't have done purple right there, but that's okay. We'll just make some up as we, well, that didn't help with that. With the color, I had too much of this color on there. Oh, I'm saying a lot. I just went to scratch my shoulder, and I gotta not do that. I finished my radiation treatments this week, Thursday was my last day, and I can't think. I have not blisters, but very red skin. It's I don't want to use the term raw because it's definitely not blistered, but it's very red, and I am like I'm not one of these people that like cream, like hands, like lotions and things like that. I can tolerate them, but they're not, it's not my fave. And so I have had to put a lot of these cream on my skin every day for, I had 28 treatments, and they were pretty much every day, except for Saturday and Sunday, and then had a couple blips in the scheme of things because of snow, and Owen was sick earlier in the time frame, and so had those tacked on at the end, but that I've been so for a month and a half pretty much I've been putting this cream on me, and I'm so ready for it to be over. I'm so ready for that to just move on. This almost looks like braids now instead of bunny ears, but we're going for it. I wanted the ears up, but like I said, I was talking and not thinking at the same time, which is pretty much all the time. Okay, so I think we're done. Yay! As I yawn, here we go. So I sign O for Owen, and then L and B. There we go. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.